friends, welcome back to Player Display. Yep, we are not in the review room right now. We are out on my workbench, which means I have something irresponsibly big to show to you. So, I ordered something in very special around the beginning of the year, and it took a very long time to get here. By the end of this video, I'm either going to be very, very happy or very, very sad, because this is something I tried looking for reviews on, couldn't find any. Every time I found a listing on eBay, it was the exact same stock photos for every single seller, so I'm hoping that the one I got is what I'm expecting it to be. This is a third-party Dr. Fate Helm of NABU. I fell in love with this character. Admittedly, I'm very impressionable when McFarlane did the classic version of him in action figure form. I went down the rabbit hole, learned about the character, and he's probably one of my top 5 superheroes of all time. And I love the helmet so much, I wanted to have one. I looked around online, I couldn't really see any official ones. If there are any official helms of NABU out there, I couldn't find any, so the third party is the next best thing. So fortunately, I already got armor from a seller before, and they did a good job. They turned out well. That's a story for another day. So I went to that exact same seller, and they just happened to have one of the helmets of Fate. So anyways, here's the box. Big old FedEx fricker over here. This is well traveled. Apparently it jettisoned from India, and then it went to Tennessee, and then it went to Boston. But it never went to Egypt, which is unfortunate, but that's alright. Beggars can't be choosers. So anyway, this is going to be a full unboxing. We'll see what this is like. Before I get in, here are the stock photos that came with all the listings of this helmet. So let's see how this winds up. I've already opened the top to make things a little easier. Everything looks all wrapped. There we go. Open the top for you. Sorry, we don't have a whole lot of space to work with. Everything is very bubble wrappy. Oh boy. Ooh, this looks very promising. And the story does not end here, even if the helmet looks good. I'm assuming it will. I do have a few extra little goodies to add to it to make it even more premium and interesting looking. So we'll have a look at that after we have a look at a helm of NABU. There are a few versions of it. Some were really crappy looking and did not look comic accurate at all, but this one looks really solid. So I'm hoping this is, yeah, oh my god, I think we're going to be okay. I think this is going to be exactly what the doctor ordered. Ha! See what I did there? Anyway, here comes a whole lot of bubble wrap. This thing came from practically the other side of the world, so that's understandable. Basically, giant bubble wrap sleeve. This whole thing is metal, anyways, I should mention, so it's going to be a pretty sturdy piece, so I'll have to be too careful opening it up. I'm probably just going to cut this off from the side. It's very hard to get out of here. Let's not scratch the metal as it comes out. There we go. So with the bubble wrap removed, it's got a plastic wrap on it. Oh my god, this thing's amazing! It's even better than the stock photos. We'll zoom out, I'm sorry. I know that we're a little pushed in right now. Let me take this off to the side and just unwrap it. 1 minute. Okay, I zoomed out a little bit for you. I know, this is very disorganized. I'm just really excited. But yep, he's got to eventually slip this plastic sleeve off. Stretch it away and chuck it. And, ooh, it looks really cool. I love this aesthetic choice for this helmet. Obviously, it's not perfectly symmetrical. It's all hand done, which is a really cool thing about it. So it's not like coming from Hasbro where everything's done with the same molds or anything like that, but damn, I'm really pleased. It's not super stylized. It's just wicked classic, and I'm really happy about that. First impressions, it's a little greasy, and I expected that. The last time I purchased armor, I can't believe I'm saying that, it was oily, so I came prepared with a towel. Just kind of give it a wipe. Whew, yeah, you hear that? Yeah, this thing is tanky. It's very heavy, so which is good. You could wear this into combat if you really so desired. But anyways, I'm just going to have to give this thing a little bit of a wipe down, but you know, before I do that, let's just have a look at the piece itself, which is actually better than I thought for reasons that we'll get into shortly. Let's look at it for what it's worth. Here's the front of the helm of NABU. It looks absolutely gorgeous. You got the very cartoonish looking, cornered, almost pumpkin head eyes in there, which I really do love. And then you also have the seam going down the middle. It's a little bit bunchy in here, but you know what? It makes it look a little bit more ancient and battered, so I'm okay with that. Looks really awesome. You also have this fin at the top. Yeah, the thing kind of stands on its own right here. And one thing I did notice on the product shots is this gap is empty. So I'm going to see if I can figure out a way to fill that in. I might be able to accomplish it with cardboard and paint it. I don't know. But there's ways to do it, so I'm not too worried about that. The color is also very nice. It's not like a super shiny, annoying gold, you know? It's pretty tame. Boy, this thing's really greasy. I will give us a better clean off camera, but yeah, if you order any like armored pieces internationally, expect it to be covered in oil. I think it's just part of the manufacturing process. Have a towel ready, and then you can wipe it up a little bit. But here it is from the side. You can see it's got like these ear slots here, which again is accurate to the comic and the figures that we've seen. Off to the back, have a continuation of the fin, and it just looks really awesome. Oh, we might have a scuff there. If it's a scuff, it's not. Okay, it was just a string. If it was a scuff, I wouldn't care that much because it's on the back. But yeah, again, once I really clean this thing up, we'll be able to enjoy it a little bit more. But I will do that again off camera. Here's the side view, looking absolutely excellent. Sorry, I know the camera isn't perfectly centered. I'm just really excited about this. And the one thing I was not expecting is on the inside, it looks like there's an entire rig in here. So you can mount it to your head, tie it down. There's also kind of a, I don't know what you'd call it, but like a mount right here. So it rests comfortably. When you put it on your head, it's not just going to clang down, right? So we're not going to have to worry about that. The interior also looks pretty oily, so I'm going to have to clean that as well. And that's pretty much it for the aesthetics. And I have a few other things to show you that I will add to it, but I gotta clean it up first. So give me a few moments here and we will come back. All right, now that I wiped this guy down a little bit, we can take a slightly closer look. So as I turn this guy around, you will notice that there are a few little imperfections, like there's a little bit of that notch here. And then there's a few little scratches, prints I can't really rub away, aside from getting rid of most of the grease, I think. That being said, though, I don't mind it. It makes it feel more antique. It makes it feel old. I know it's like a cosmic item, and like per Black Adam, it can kind of just dissolve away, then reapparate, then look clean as a fiddle. But its soul is really cool. I don't mind that's got some imperfections in there. It just makes it look more awesome, so I'm fine with that. As for the fin at the top, you can also notice it's got like a weld going over here, sealing in place. I don't know what the process is with making these, but whoever did it, whatever team, whatever factory, they did a beautiful job. It's not branded. There's no like logos on it, icons, names, or anything. It's a totally third-party piece that's an homage to Dr. Fate. And you know what? I'm really happy with it. I pretty much have no complaints. Again, I kind of want to fill this in. It shouldn't be too hard, though. I just need to match the gold on it. Speaking of the gold, I think this might have been painted. I'm not totally sure. I mean, it looks really clean. I mean, I don't think it's brushed, but it might have been sprayed. So I might be able to fill this in. But it's something to think about. And even if I don't, it doesn't bother me too much. So I'm okay. But yeah, all the shapes here look really, really excellent. You'll actually notice over here, there was like a little bit of something that was kind of stuck, and I tried scratching that away, and it created a little bit of a ding there, but again, it matches with the inconsistent nature, so it doesn't bother me too much. Now, the one thing I do want to show you is the interior. This is a much better angle than what I showed you before, but once again, we have like those leather pads all the way at the top, and those will make it more comfortable on your head. I already tried it on, and it feels great, believe it or not. And then you also have these little chin straps, I guess, so you could strap it under your chin and it'll stay on better. I think they're totally unnecessary. I mean, up to you. I mean, first of all, they're not really adhered to the helmet very well. You will see if we pop in. Come on, camera. If we pop in, stop. See, the grease on my fingers is fucking me up. You'll see there's a little bit of a gluey kind of adhesive right in there. It's kind of a little bit stretchy and sticky, so it doesn't really want to stay in there. And same can, no, this side's not as bad. But that being said, I almost am tempted to just cut these straps away entirely, because also when you're wearing it, it's going to block your ears, which wouldn't be accurate to the NABU design. Not that I plan on like wearing it like all the time. I don't LARP or anything. It's just a display piece for me. But yeah, to make this more accurate and look like it's an actual relic from the comics, I'll probably just cut those straps. As for the shock mount, though, it does look very good. So, that being said, let's try this guy on. I already have done it before, and it looks pretty damn good. Here I am again this lovely Monday afternoon since I took some time off. And you'll see I've already got some Fate stuff like all around me. But yeah, let's try this helmet on. No room for glasses, so sucks to suck, but that's who I am. I tried this on already. Instead of looping around the chin straps, I decided to just like lie them onto the inside of the helmet like that, at least for the time being. So I probably don't even need to cut them. So you could just kind of flop them in there and they stay in fine. But now I will put the helmet on and maybe I will see our future. So let's slap this on. And there we go. It is surprisingly cozy. I don't know if you can hear my voice, but it's hard to talk because your jaw is kind of restricted. So you're not going to be able to speak too well in this thing because every time I talk, this helmet moves around a lot. At least that's how it feels. I can see out of it fine, despite me having not the best vision. You can see my eyes coming through the helmet, which is really cool. And also my ears come out of the side really good. I was afraid they'd be misaligned or something, but they look really good. I guess my eyes are a little bit off center, but that's okay. Maybe if you modded the padding on the inside, your head could go in a little bit further. There is a string in there, so you might be able to loosen that up, and then the pads will go more upward. Let me try that, actually. Yeah, if you look really closely again on the inside of this helmet, you'll almost make out there's a string at the center of all those pads, and it kind of holds them together. So I loosened it, and I pressed it in a little bit more. So let's see if this will go further on my head. So I'm gonna remove my damn specs again. And once again, fold the straps in. I might just be able to leave them. I don't even think I need to cut them. But let's see if my eyes line up better now that I've loosened those pads. I think so. Oh yeah, much better. This is perfectly lined now. So yeah, you just gotta loosen up that string, push down the pads a little bit, and then your head will go deeper into the helmet. And it actually gets more comfortable, too. So, yeah, it can be adjusted to pretty much any head size. And yeah, my ears kind of pop out from the sides, as you can see right there. So that makes things more accurate. I love this thing. It's really cool. But we're not done yet. There's 2 more things I want to do. So in anticipation for getting this helmet, there are 2 more things that I wanted to get to make it a little bit more presentable when it's on my shelf of many masks and fun stuff that I don't need. First thing. Both these are from Amazon. I might have mentioned that already. I forget. We have a helmet stand. Generic. Anything can go on there. It should be just fine. Let's try that now. That shouldn't be an issue. So let's get our helm of NABU. Slide it over the top. And yeah, you probably need to play around with it, especially since it has those pleather pads in there. But yeah, it's a little lopsided. But yeah, once you hit a sweet spot, it should look pretty good. So very pleased with that. Not going to be a problem. Second thing I have, though, of course, is it's not just a helmet. There's like special powers in it. It lights up in the eyes. So I also got this little number. These are very cheap, very easy to find. You can use these for like cosplay, whatever you want. I've seen people use them in like Iron Man helmets, Spider-Man masks, stuff like that. But basically what you do is you have these 2 LED charged pads over here, a little battery pack, and all you gotta do is flick a switch, boom, and look at that. And imagine what those will look like in the eyes. I think that's gonna be really fantastic. They're not wide enough to cover the full thing, but they should be big enough to the point that I think it'll fill in enough, and the rest of the glow will kind of just fill in those gaps, and you won't be any the wiser. So I'm going to take a little bit of time with some plumber's tape that I have over here, and I'm going to try mounting this into the inside and see how it looks. And you'll notice that these are actually malleable, which is very good. It's just 1 LED, and then the light travels into the rest here. So you could even cut this up if you wanted to. I definitely don't need to do that. I'll probably need some excess so that way I can actually tape it on. But that being said, I'm going to do that, and we will be right back. All right, here we are one more time. I think I got the lights in, and they look really good. I have the window open, I have all my lights on, so it doesn't look that bright, but it is pretty damn bright in usual environments. But that being said, let's try it on and see how this goes. I don't know where to put the battery pack just yet, so I will figure that out on my own time. But you get the picture, right? I used a plumber's tape, I lined those 2 glowing panels along the eyes. It's not perfect, it doesn't fill them in completely, but that being said, I should be able to load them in. And I can't see shit. I can see very, very vaguely, but again, this is a display piece, so not a big deal. But anyways, that is it for this Helm of NABU third-party review. I think this thing looks damn awesome. Just gotta give it a wipe down, and then you should be good to go. You can do whatever you want with it. Again, it's very cozy. I think it looks really good, very symmetrical. If you could find a good seller and a good price out there, go for it, but do expect it to take a long time. The seller that I bought it from, they were based in Maine, but they had the helmet actually jettisoned from India, so it's probably going to take about a month, maybe more, to get to you. So do keep that in mind. If it looks like the seller is local, you're still probably going to wind up getting the helmet from overseas, so do bear that in mind. But at the end of the day, I think I'll be pretty happy. So, all that being said, if you enjoyed this review, then please, as per usual, be sure to
Like!
Comment, ring the bell to be notified of our latest arrivals, and subscribe.
The Lords of Order are pleased. Rock on, and I will see you all later.
Psst, hey you! Yeah, you! Check out this other video you might like in our sister gaming channel. It would be real sweet if you did. Still waiting!